Hey gadget groupies! No smartphone manufacturer is perfect, and even the biggest players in the space can sometimes make mistakes. This year, I wanted to run down some of my favorite companies and see if I could pick out what I thought their biggest mistake of the year was. The world's most profitable technology brand, Apple, has the GDP of a small country, doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. In fact, they make a lot of mistakes. I really didn't feel much like investing the time, money, effort, or energy into reviewing the iPhone X, but just being in the zeitgeist, I've of course played with the phone, and I don't like it. If you followed my channel at all, you know how I feel about iOS and how right now the iPhone SE is my top pick for an Apple player for that really petite, one-thumb, perfect on-the-go usability form factor. But Apple is a driving force in this market, and this year represented one of the biggest changes we've ever seen come out of Cupertino, the biggest change we've seen come to the iPhone since the original iPhone was launched. We're talking about a $1,000 phone, so IMO, Apple's biggest misstep of the year, fixing things that were not broken. I've actually come to kinda hate overly complicated gesture-based user interfaces. Controls that depend on exacting swipes and gestures to make sure that you get exactly what you're trying to do, and punish you if you don't perfectly nail that gesture. Using my V30 as a stand-in model because I don't actually have an iPhone X in-house, I don't like the action of swiping up from the bottom edge of a slippery glass phone to do something as simple as going home on the iPhone. That's something that people will probably do a lot throughout their day. But the biggest problem I have with the iPhone X are the three distinctly separate down swipe gestures that you can perform from the home screens. Swipe from the middle of the screen, you get some kind of search. Swipe from one corner of the screen, you get your control center. Swipe from the middle or the other corner of the screen and you get your notifications. This is really clumsy design. And combined with that bottom swipe to go home means that you're dancing this phone around a lot in your hand. I cannot recommend anyone pick up an iPhone X unless they're also tacking on some Apple Care and probably also a case to keep that phone in. It's just too expensive on its own, and it's too expensive to repair and replace. I had a higher opinion of their ability to polish up and make these types of gadgets more consumer friendly, and here I really feel like they're fixing things that weren't broken. It's very similar to my gripe with Samsung and their camera apps. The Galaxy S7 has a nearly perfect camera interface for people who want some kind of manual control and also really value good auto photography options. Moving to the Galaxy S8, they changed a whole bunch of things to add Bixby Vision and stickers, and they cluttered up their interface while really not making use of the additional screen real estate. So if I'm gonna criticize a company like Samsung for muddying the waters on something that wasn't broken, I kind of feel we need to be able to apply the same kinds of criticisms to a company like Apple, especially when the phone costs $1,000. IMO, Apple's biggest misstep of the year, changing things that didn't need to be changed on their premier flagship crown jewel product that brings in a vast majority of all of their revenue. Do you think Apple made a bigger misstep this year? Drop me a comment down below and let's have this smartphone catharsis over the brands we know and love. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for all of my experimental, vloggy, some of my accessory reviews. The other fun stuff is gonna be coming to this channel right here, and I appreciate your liking, sharing, and subscribing. You can catch me around the web as @SomeGadgetGuy, and I will catch you all on the next video.